Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I am Darian. I am so happy to be filming again because it's been a little minute, okay? But I had some messages that I wanted to put out for this channel. So in this video today, we're going to be highlighting the fact that if you want to live a successful life and you want to continue to live in that success, you are going to have to be mindful of who is around you, and you must get the jealous spirit out of your camp. So, jealous spirit, jealous person, envious person. If I'm talking and I just kind of like switch to one of those terms, I am intentionally just using them interchangeably because I believe all of them are basically one and the same. I've had personal experience with this, and then I also, when I have the opportunity for people to either be around me or just to help them or something like that, I love to study their lives and learn lessons from other people's lives also. Now, you may be wondering, oh, this person, maybe they've been a little jealous and you've had them in your life and nothing has happened or this or that. I want to remind you that the word of God literally says that jealousy is as cruel as the grave. Just because somebody has not reacted yet does not mean that they never will. One thing I know is that if there is somebody who is jealous of you and envious of you, sabotage will eventually find its way into the camp or what you're doing or whatever the case may be. Sabotage is somewhere near. Now, how soon it'll get to the situation, it's not even worth trying to figure out. And I'm not talking about a fleeting moment where somebody just feels the emotion of jealousy and they go, you know what? It's irrational to feel jealous about this. Or, it just doesn't make sense to be jealous of this person. I don't know their story. I don't know what they've been through. Let me do the reflection on myself, do the inner work on myself. That's one thing versus somebody who has just allowed the spirit of jealousy and envy to inhabit them. And this is just a part of their being. And it is possible that you may, let's say you're in a group setting or something like that. It is sometimes possible to be the target of jealousy and envy by a certain person, but maybe the other people in the group aren't experiencing these same things or these same feelings for whatever reason. If you are the target, you have to be the one to make the decision if you're going to continue to go forward or not. If you're going to stick around to see if something will happen or not. On your way to building success, whether that is through a business, whether that is writing a book, whether that is you are applying for a new job and trying to climb the ladder, it is so important to guard your journey because a lot of times your success is visible. A lot of times we talk. I'm doing this, I'm going here, I'm working on this, and that can open up the door to sabotage. I know that people don't like to believe that spiritual things exist. Trust me, I know. When you're a person that's just naturally just spiritually in tune, sometimes it can be hard to just see life from this, like, I guess not really. Well, I guess sometimes it can be a fairy tale view or just to not go deep and see the inner workings of what's really happening spiritually in a situation. And so I get it. I get it. Sometimes you do just want to be able to just meet people and not think about what's in their hearts and all the weird stuff going on, and you want to just go to a place and not think about what's happening in the atmosphere around it, which most people do kind of move like that. But what I'm trying to get at is, if you have seen the red flags, if you have been made aware of certain red flags regarding certain people or things, and you choose to ignore those things, then you are saying that whatever the consequences will be of that, in a way, just continuing to allow these people in your space, allow these people around you, allow these people to be around what you're building. Essentially, what you're saying is whatever happens from that just happens from that. There have been so many times in my life where I have just looked past things. I wanted to make excuses for people. I wanted to be like, oh, maybe they're just feeling this. It's not that big of a deal. Or I've seen things and I look past it and it continued to grow and grow and grow. And then I finally see, like, okay, I should have listened, or I'm just sharing things with the wrong people and thinking that I'm around trustworthy people and sharing things with people, and the people in their hearts don't have a good heart towards me. The whole time they're trying to sabotage me, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm speaking to a person that is trustworthy, or that cares about my life. In my heart, I want them to succeed. So I'm not thinking that they don't care about me succeeding. There has literally been times where I've just been talking to someone about what I'm working on, and I was just in a moment of frustration, just speaking about, like, I might just like take a break or whatever, or this or that. And the person, and again, I'm just like in that moment, this was a while ago, but I was just in a moment of feeling maybe like defeated, or just like over it, or just emotionally just like whatever. And the person was like, oh yeah, 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 just put it down, just don't do it. And looking back, I see that was sabotage in the work. So sabotage doesn't always look like these big grand things. Sabotage could be just planting a seed of doubt in your mind, like, well, maybe you shouldn't do this, maybe it is that hard, maybe this isn't for you, maybe it's happening like this because you're not supposed to do this. And sometimes we can interpret these things as, oh, the person is just concerned about me and cares about me and loves me, and so they just don't want me to be overwhelmed or to do this or that. But in reality, behind the scenes, the person just doesn't want you to succeed to a greater level than they feel like they've succeeded, because they haven't had the courage to do what they want to do, or do what they know they're supposed to do. One of the greatest lessons I've had to learn in this life is to move in silence. And that is a lesson I've had to learn time and time and time and time again. So hopefully, hopefully at this point I done learned it for good. Okay, I don't need to learn any lessons. But when I started to move in silence, when I started to keep my mouth shut, not only did I start to see the people who only wanted to just be in my business, or who just wanted to be around me to get information on me for whatever reasons, but the information wasn't useful for their everyday life. So whether it's to gossip, or to speak against what I'm doing, or to wish evil, or do evil things against what I'm doing, I started to see the people that just wanted to know what was going on in my life so that they could do their demonic purposes or whatever for it, versus the people who actually care about me, who actually do really genuinely care about what's going on in my life and how I'm feeling and how I'm doing. And this too, I also started to see that when I got anybody that was out of my life that was jealous or envious, and I kept my mouth shut about what I'm doing, I started to notice that I started to progress at a whole nother level. It didn't seem like I was stuck in a place or stuck in a rut anymore. I started to progress and make progress in my life, and things started to move forward. That wasn't moving forward prior to doing these things. As you start to grow as a person internally and even externally, maybe you start to glow up and just physically going to the next level, maybe you dress better, all of these things, you do have to start to move with a greater level of discernment. Who is trying to attach to me for what I have, versus who really cares about me? Honestly, you should be like this at any level, but I feel like once you start to elevate, you start to be more cognizant of the way that people interact with you differently as you are elevated. So the people who do not feel like you're on their level anymore, or that you have outgrown them, will not be happy about that, will not be glad about that. If they have access that they should not have, most people who have the opportunity to sabotage, that don't have good intentions, let me make that very clear, don't have good intentions for you, that are jealous or envious of you, they have the opportunity, they more than likely, and if they don't have any goodness in their heart, or a good enough level of goodness in their heart, will be tempted to sabotage you, will be tempted to be a hindrance to where you're going, what you're doing, and what you're meant to be. So that is all I wanted to say, you guys. Just a quick message that if you are, just period, but if you for sure are working on something and building and growing, and you're laser focused, you have big things on your mind and in your heart, please be aware that you need to remove the jealous person, the envious person, the jealous spirit out of your camp so that you can succeed, so that you can progress. And again, you may be able to succeed to a certain degree, but keep in mind that if you keep the jealous person around, if you keep the person that doesn't have good intentions around for you, sabotage is usually creeping right at the door. Okay? Alrighty. This is nothing to play with. Jealousy and envy are irrational spirits, and they don't care about the fact that you went through this and you worked hard for this, and you whatever. The spirits inside of these people don't care about that. That spirit just wants to get rid of what is triggering it, and it's going to use the person that it is inside of. So I hope you have a great day. If you get it, you get it. Stay focused, okay? Don't let anyone or anything take you off your path. All right, I feel like in this season, it is time to be laser focused, to know who to have in your camp. Well, that's always the season, to know who to have in your camp and who to not have in your camp. But if you know that you're in a time of elevation, you need to do some looking around. You probably have seen that some relationships have started to dissipate or will soon dissipate. That's just a process of elevation and growing and going higher. You start to disconnect from the people who are no longer at that same level. I hope you have a great day. I thank you so much for watching, and be sure to tune into the next video. Bye.